This is PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you PlayerProps.ai. This for winners research. We run it up with every betting tool you know in each perk. Travis tested waters, help you swim even the feet first. Now strategies and all you need to help you eat.
Hey guys, it's me Travis with PlayerProps.ai, and this is what we're locking in for today's Friday NBA games. So we absolutely killed it yesterday. Yesterday was our first NBA show in quite a while because we were doing so many NFL shows for the playoffs, but we killed it last night. So first off, the first main official player prop was PJ. Over, I think it was 24.5 PRA. He annihilated that line. He almost doubled that line. He had an amazing game, so that easily hit for everybody who paid attention and locked it in. We then pulled up the NBA moneyline predictor. There was only one money line that had a positive difference, and that was Golden State money line, so we hit that money line. And then there's another play before we locked in PJ we were looking at. It was Hunter with the Hawks. It was under, I think, like 18.5 points. He only had 8. So if you decided to also play that as well, that hit. So yeah, everything went right yesterday. Very great day for everybody. Both you guys watching the show and then everybody else in the premium Discord channels. But we're going to be doing another show here. I've mentioned before, I don't really like, I guess you can call them baby slates because I use the word baby so often. But just small slates. And it's weird that both of the main sports today, both NBA and NHL, have super small slates. As you see on the screen, NBA only has 3 games, and NHL only has 4 games. I don't know if there's any other day this season where there's not like an all-star break or anything, where both of those combined have 7 games or less. I don't know. I think this might be a weird situation. But nevertheless, we're going to see if we can find something we like, and then go from there. If you have any questions whatsoever about anything you see on the screen, anything I say, don't hesitate to ask in the YouTube comments or in the Discord, where hopefully you are by now. That is something that if you are trying to lose less and win more, you have to do the free stuff. You have to have the app on your phone. You have to have a free account. You have to be learning how to use the app by tapping that button. It says click to learn. It's on top of every single tool. Tap that, learn how to quickly use it to make sure you're using it correctly and not just guessing on how to use it, and get in the free Discord as well. But yeah, with that being said, let's hop to it. If you haven't yet, smash the thumbs up on this video. That's not just something I like. Likes on YouTube videos aren't just a vanity thing like, oh, hey, my YouTube video got 10 likes on it. It's an algorithm thing. The more people that click thumbs up to watch a video, the more YouTube goes, oh, they like this video. Let me send it to more people organically. So if you can, make sure as soon as you watch a video, any video we do, just tap that thumbs up button and leave a comment. Whether you're tailing what we're talking about in the show, you want to talk about anything going on in your life, or some other plays you're tailing, or some other plays you're locking in. Yeah, you can comment in whatever you want to, but that stuff does help YouTube algorithm, and we're growing pretty fast on YouTube. I think it was right in the first week of 2025. I think that's when we first hit 5K subs. So we're doing pretty good, but I'm going to be doing an insane amount of content on YouTube. You've seen, if you've been paying attention, we're doing a lot of shorts now. We typically have almost two shorts coming out a day that aren't this show. So make sure you're watching YouTube shorts as well. But the goal is to get as close to 100,000 by the end of the calendar year as possible. I'm going to be doing an insane amount of content to make that happen. With the baby slate, let's see what we got. So, if you remember the filters that we had yesterday, so for points, if you remember what I said for points, we don't like looking at less than 15, and then it was on 20 because we were looking at PRA yesterday, which is why we locked in PJ. And if you're new to watching these shows, these videos, and you haven't watched anything else, a question I might get for first timers more often is, what's the thought process behind the line of like 15, or with NFL and rushing or receiving yards, we have 40. What's the thought process behind those? The answer to that is I like opportunity. If somebody has a NBA points line of like 5.5, You're simply betting on them to get into the game at that point. They're not getting the opportunity to score. When someone has a NFL receiving yard line of 10, you're simply betting on them to get a target and catch it and to make a reception for 10 yards. They're not getting the opportunity of the game. I mean, they could get that opportunity, but they're not getting enough opportunity. I want people who are getting plenty of opportunities in games to do what I need them to do. Starters, six-man, and rotation sometimes. But I like people who are getting the most minutes in NBA, the people that are getting the most offensive snaps and targets in NFL. And we've shown you, we had a crazy streak at the end of NFL season where just doing the exact 40 minimum, 50% accuracy or higher, we had like 21 straight days of NFL where we didn't miss a single play on the show. Yesterday we hit doing the same process. This is not an end-all be-all process. You're not going to win 100% of the time. This doesn't mean that the lines that are 5.5 won't hit. This is just something that if you are losing all your bets, just start doing what we're saying, and you're gonna stop losing all your bets. So this is kind of like the initial steps to getting you to being a profitable bettor. But as you see, we changed this officially to 15 for NBA points. We have accuracy of 50 or higher, and the first person that pops up here is okay. The first thing I realized, if you look at the differences, Mitchell Spida, he's the only one that has a positive difference. Everybody else for these 3 games, all the way down, have a negative difference. He does have a nice 73% accuracy. That's really, really, really high. But his projection is not even 1.0 higher than his line. And I know he had a really bad game against OKC where he played 21 minutes, shot 15 times, made 3 of them, and finished with 8 points. And then, of course, right after that, he was off for 36. And then 33, and then 19 here. So he's very, very hot and cold. And if you look at his last 20 here, what do you notice? Well, there's a heck of a lot more red than there is green. Dating back to December 5th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 20. Which is why you see the 35% here, or the 40% here. It's not high enough. 73% is, it means, so what this, when he's only doing 7 out of 20 of hitting this line, the accuracy is not how often he hits his line. That's what these values are for here. The accuracy is how, of the side the AI projected. So if he's had a lot of red, the AI is typically saying go under on his points if it's hitting at a 73% rate. But when I was playing around earlier and I was scrolling down here and we're looking at the differences, where this is the only positive one, I noticed there were a lot of big glaring red differences. At the top here, Jaren Jackson, JJJ, Triple J here, his line is up to 22.5. This is Bet Rivers. Let me see if it's somewhere else. 23 higher. Okay, so 23 on FanDuel and DraftKings. So the sports books are siding with it by giving a 111 under odds. Under 110 on DraftKings as well. So if you're going to go under, I'm not done locking this in, but if you're going to go under, DraftKings pays you more money. Again, over 50% accuracy, 23.5. His projection's extremely low. He's got some green here, but in his last 20, but there's a lot of red. And if you're looking at his last 5, he's only hit this one time in his last 5, and that was, he barely covered by 0.5. He covered by 1 point. 17, 19, 19, 24, 22. I mean, before that, he had a monster 33.5 or 33 game, 38. So he had a streak here of like some of these good stuff, but since the Houston game on January 13th, 30 minutes, 31 minutes, 26 minutes, 32 minutes, 30 minutes. So he's getting like starter minutes, like 30 minutes, but he's not hitting that line there. And the projection being 13.39 is extremely low. It's almost something that I want to kind of look into. It's very interesting on why it's that low. Of course, we're not betting on him to get 13.39. This is just saying go under 23.5. So, Ja is a game time decision, but Santi Almada is also a game time decision. I feel like if Santi plays, that would help Jaren Jackson go under. Ja would definitely have to play because he's the guy that just wants the rock and he's the scoring guy. He's a scoring threat. So if he's not in and they put another guard here for the starting point guard, then that will give players like Jaren Jackson more opportunity to score. So if we're betting on this, we're betting that Ja plays, and we're hoping that Santi Almada also plays. That's projected roster right now, though. Let's look at some other ones before we officially lock this in. I mean, that projection is relatively low. So in the same game here, Memphis at New Orleans, 64.7% accuracy, lines at 20.5. Sportsbooks favor the under, projections low, minus 39% difference. But these last 5 and last 10s, though, like, look at this. This guy has hit this line. Granted, he hasn't, like, 22-22. He's 21 and 22 seems to be his favorite number because he's got that a lot. He's actually only gone under one time this year in the last 25 days, and that was against Houston where he only got 16 points on 27 minutes. So it looks like as long as he's playing starter minutes of 30, 34, 32 and higher, if he's getting 32 minutes, he's going to get 20.5 points based on all this jazz here. 100% hit rate. So I don't really want to touch that. Jaren Jackson at least has a horrible recent track record. And as we go down here, so that as we get closer, you see the differences go from like a massive 43-39 to 7.1 and 6.7. So these are the biggest differences for points on either the over-under side. And this guy, even though he's got 64.7% accuracy, he's also hit this pretty often. So I think Jaren Jackson the play. Let's do what we did yesterday, and let's look at PRA before we officially lock in points for JJJ. So for here, if you're doing PRA, 20 is the minimum line. Start with the over. Denny is a funny story about Denny. So in our Discord, people like betting on Denny, but they also like raging about Denny. I feel like he never does what people want him to do. He's a 50%, so he's a coin flip. But I always see like, I hate Denny, or something along the lines of ban Denny. I don't know. It's just funny that we get that. But 13%, it's not crazy high. His projection's only 3.3 over his line. It looks like he has a 100% hit rate. This is last year, though. So last time he versed Charlotte was last year. He got 34 PRA against them. I mean, he looks like he's pretty consistent here. If we're dating back to a month ago yesterday, which was 12/23, he's only missed this 1, 2, 3, 4 times, including his last game. But I believe, wasn't Grant injured? So I believe there's like a lot of roster stuff. Grant was injured, I think, for a little bit. See what else. And you also have to pay attention to the blowout factor, because Portland Trailblazers are a horrible team. Granted, they beat the Magic last night, which who knows how that happened. I mean, we know it because the Magic turned the ball over 50 times. But they're a horrible team. They essentially are unintentionally tanking, and I don't really like doing Portland Trailblazers because let's say the Hornets go up by like 15 in the first quarter, the Trailblazers be like, oh, hey, we're done. Let's start putting all of our bench people in. But my question is, do we like this more than the Triple J under? I don't think so. So he's also one of the top plays, Triple J, for PRA. Same nice accuracy, a nice PRA here. But the thing is that this guy can clean glass. This guy can get rebounds. And so if we're doing 33.5, That's only 10 less. Was it 10 less than his points line alone? And this guy can get like 15 rebounds. So I don't think, even though the projection's 20 here, I don't think I want to do PRA for him. I think we're going to go back and go lock his points in. Yeah, so we're doing Triple J, 23.5. Let's actually triple check Triple J and make sure that there's not a lower line anywhere. Oh, there is. Bet Rivers has 22. No, we need a higher line. Sorry, we're going under. Yeah, under means you want the highest line. So on FanDuel and DraftKings, there's 23.5. It's the highest line you can get from all these sportsbook options. And since we're going under, you want to do DraftKings because you get paid a little bit more than if you did FanDuel with the minus 110 under line. That being said, let's check out the moneyline predictor and see if there's anything good. And the answer is no. There's 3 games, and none of them have a positive difference. This is the number we're looking at here. So this means do not bet any of these money lines. Granted, I wouldn't touch them anyway because the minus 535, the minus 600, if you look in our Trifectas channel in Discord, it says don't do anything minus 400 or higher. This is something that is bettable just based on the minus 205, but it's saying don't. It's saying don't do it. We can check out spread, I guess. Now, so I'm looking at spread, and the first thing I notice is spread predictors at 33% on Cleveland and 45% on Philly for accuracy. That means out of 42 games that involved the Cavs, the spread predictor was correct 33.3% of the time, which means their scoring output is unpredictable essentially. I don't like anything there. I'm gonna go to total. See, it's just, I like to see, for NBA, I like to say 3 or higher here. And I also like to see both of these say 50. There is one game that has 50% on both the Cavs and the 76ers, but the problem is that the projection is almost exactly the same as the lines. There's nothing there. So I don't think we have any, it's a small slate, it is what it is, but we don't really have anything sexy on the 2.0 tools. So we're just going to do a Triple J. Under 23.5 PRA, sorry, under 23.5 points, and hope that his trends of not hitting that line continue. Lock that in, ladies and gentlemen. Like the video, comment below what else you're doing or anything about anything, because YouTube algo, and join the rest of us. Currently 15,000 people in the Discord who are using this tool across all sports every given day, or any given day, I meant to say, to work together. Yeah, it's all about the community here. It's all about people working together to see each other win, which is why I like doing these videos, because I like seeing everybody learn how to use the tool and win at the same time. But good luck with your plays today. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, also, if you haven't yet, there's an AFC Championship video and an NFC Championship video for Sunday. Make sure you guys watch those and lock in those plays as well. See you in the Discord. Good luck, guys.